Hey everybody, welcome to Nexus at Night, your weekly Vanguard broadcast without the intro video this time. I'm Atlas.
I'm Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
And sorry we're late, I have my nephews over. So
We'll try to make the stream quick today.
Yeah,
yes.
it's my fault. I gotta get up early.
That's okay. Actually, so do I. What do you have to get up early for?
I got stuff to do at like 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Woof. I have to go so I'm trying to apply to be a tutor at Santa Monica College as like a side gig. And part of that is they make you take a test. So I gotta go to Santa Monica College at 9 a.m. in the morning. Or sorry, 8 a.m. is when it starts. And take a standardized test for the first time in years.
Average.
So that's fun. Yeah. Hope yours isn't too wacky.
Yeah, it's nothing that big a deal. It's just I have to get up.
Yeah.
And it's already nighttime.
Already 10 o'clock.
Nighttime.
Yeah. So I'm already less than 8 hours.
Yeah. Sorry.
Average.
I feel bad because like already 10 o'clock and like it's still light out.
No, I see it. Don't worry. You don't need to point it out.
It's okay. It looks darker here because we don't get sun.
I'll trade you, I guess. I would much rather take it's foggy all the time too. I have swamp ass literally every day.
Yeah, probably.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So, how was everybody's week?
It's all right.
Average. Nothing too crazy happened.
For now.
Good.
Yeah.
For now.
No.
Well,
Nothing really. Like planning a vacation in September.
nice.
And other than that, just like business as usual.
Okay. I had to turn in my LUSD laptop on Monday because it belongs to the school, not to the district at large, I thought it did. So I was like, well, I have to have a computer to stream from, and the 2015 Mac wasn't doing so hot. So I got this that I'm streaming off of 2021 HP for $185 because he's like, my wife got a MacBook and this just sits in the corner. And I'm like, okay, cool.
You could do worse for a 4-year-old laptop.
Yeah. And like wherever I end up next, it'll oh, 1 second.
How's the horse racing been going?
It's been going
I'll be right back.
going okay. I'm pretty bad at the rolling 3-star sparks, but
Yeah, same. I'm
Very
still at the
unlucky.
point where I'm consistently getting them to win the finals.
Oh yeah. No, that's where I'm at. I just can't get 3-star sparks to save my life. So here we are.
Yeah, same. I finally got Tokai Teo to win one.
Nice.
My daughter finally doesn't hate me anymore. Now I need her girlfriend to not hate me.
Which one, Rudolph?
No, Rudolph is dad. Her
Or
girlfriend
Special
is
Week? Which one?
no McQueen.
Oh, McQueen. I thought that was Gold Chip's. My bad. Was that Gold Chip's daughter? I can't keep track of everything.
No, I think that was more a reference to the anime, where they're like rivals.
Oh, I see. Rivals, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, I've also just been farming Shadowverse. I finally switched back to playing Sword now that I have enough vials to make everything for Sword.
Sorry about that. I had to make sure the Switch was hooked up properly.
Oh, yeah.
We'll probably get called out again at some point during this stream. That's life.
Yeah. How's the laptop been treating you?
Pretty good so far.
right.
Playing with this sort of thing. I downloaded Edo Pro on it. I will I'm getting ready to do CFA, so maybe in the future we can
do CFA.
CFA.
We can finally do the history of Vanguard and just steal Alex Simo's series ideas like the Yu-Gi-Oh community.
No one else is doing it. Why the fuck not? Let's.
I'm sure someone is doing it.
I haven't seen anything about it. Like my algorithm feeds me plenty of Outer Orange and the only like Vanguard content creators that I've kind of discovered by accident are Monkey TCG, and that's not just Vanguard, that's all of them. And then Bacon Saver, who was pretty cool. But yeah, I haven't really discovered anybody like on the rise recently.
Yeah. See, we're gonna start by stealing every Simo series idea, and then at some point we're just gonna add a wheel.
Wheel? Oh, so we can do like all the
I
Farfel
love
ones
wheels.
that he's on.
I
Yeah.
love wheels.
I know, wheels are great. How can we do like a Vanguard wheel?
Maybe by clan or
Yeah.
by crazy deck or something. Should be fun. Yeah, so laptops treat me pretty good so far. I'm currently working on a series for my main channel, so like Atlas Novak, the YouTube channel with that, the epileptic comic. Where I'm just talking about like what it's like to have epilepsy and tools for epileptics and people who know epileptics and stuff. So I'm calling it Purple Aura, and the first thing is just what do you do when someone has a seizure? So I'm currently working on that. And then it'll be other stuff like how do you tell people you have epilepsy? What's it like with all the, getting on all the meds and stuff. So should be fun. Yay. Currently working on that. And yeah, I'm the reason I'm like so like nervous sounding, I'm in trouble at the moment with my wife because my the older nephew is 10. We did like breakfast for dinner. Like, you want to help me? He goes, yeah. So I taught him how to cook bacon, and then that went fine. And then I was making the pancakes. And he goes, can I do that? I'm like, yeah. And then he touched his finger to the pan, so it hurts and has a blister on it. And she's mad at me, but like, yeah.
He's 10. He's got to learn.
He's 10. Well, literally let the kid cook, right? So
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, accidents are going to happen. Like, adults burn and cut themselves all the time.
Of course. And like, I have this little scar on my finger. You can't see it on the camera, but from when I was 12 and I was taking a cooking class, and like, yeah, permanent scarring, whatever. But he's going to have to learn how to cook eventually. Like, he will move out eventually.
Like, I think 10 years old is fine. Maybe you could have supervised him a little better, but like,
I was standing literally next to him, like watching him with the spatula and stuff. So whatever.
Yeah.
I chalked it up to the accident. I'll get yelled at by someone and move on with my life. So
yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's not worth freaking out about.
I say so too, but you also can't be like, hey, he burned himself, whatever. You can't be too cavalier.
You can't be too cavalier about it, but just like talk. I'm sure if you and the kid formed like a united front to be like, look, he's fine. Like, the blister kind of sucks. Like, put a band-aid on it, rub it with something.
Yeah. I gave him like a bowl of cool water to put it in for a little bit. And he's like, and I'm like, you got to take it out eventually because it needs to dry so it can heal. But he doesn't like the pain, understandably so.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like he was really happy, and yet I taught him how to do something. Makes me happy as an uncle.
Yeah.
So whatever. I'll take the heat. No pun intended.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be that bad.
Here's hoping. New cards?
Yeah, let's do new cards.
All right.
Share screen. Am I on the correct? I'm not on the correct Discord page yet.
You pull up like the porn one that you're in or whatever. Oh, sorry, I showed some boobs.
Don't do that.
I'm not that dumb. because we gotta go all the way back to like last week to talk about the cards that are relevant for me.
For me, only for me. No, that's fine. You
Yeah.
had me.
I'm gonna skip all the buddy fight stuff, but you know.
Yep. I don't think we need the buddy fight stuff.
We're also gonna skip like the card of the days. I'm just gonna talk about the important stuff.
Wow, I did not realize like Jeweled, the new one got revealed on like the Tuesday, but there's so much in between there and now.
Yeah, there's a lot. A lot of the daily cards are actually like quite good, but you know. So yeah, we're catching up from last week.
Sorry.
So
what did you guys do?
we played Shadowverse.
Yeah, we played Shadowverse.
Literally the entire time. Awesome.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I helped him finish some quests and played Runecraft for some reason.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds
Rune
good,
is actually even more broken now somehow.
Incredible.
Yeah. I'm not going to get into that right now. But yeah, so we got new stuff. So last week we got revealed for new support for Vase Ruger as well as the new archetype for Stoicheia. So we have a new order, Alphines. I'm not pronouncing all of that. So it can be played from the drop zone, and you can play this card if you have a Vanguard with Vase Ruger in his name and your opponent's grade 3 or greater. Bind it, choose one of your Vanguard. It gets all of your rearguard mythic, get power plus 5,000 until end of turn. Honestly, this card's kind of ass. Like, it's very slow because your opponent has to be at grade 3. Like, there's some benefit from like being able to play it from the drop zone, but also like only getting the 5k on like the gold order, which gives like 10 if it was called by card ability. That card is also ass because of the little blue symbol that says Counterblast 1 on it. But I think the problem with this card is like it doesn't really help you hit any of the breakpoints in the deck. So like the Wolf, for example, gets 5k from its own effect, 5k from Vase Ruger, which puts it up to 25 if you play it with this, which is not a very good number when your opponent's already at grade 3. Same thing with like the Snake. Snake, if you call it to the back row, it gets plus 15k, and then this would give it another 5 to make it 30, but that doesn't hit over a 20k shield. Whereas if you're playing the gold order, it goes up to 35. So I don't know. I'm not sold on this one.
It bothers me so much that they're literally only doing power in like plus 5, plus 10. Or like just in units of 5 for overdress, where like once again old head take of the day, but just like, all right, this gets plus 2 or plus 3 just to like be able to hit the magic number. So like when these things are hitting 25, 30, like that's cool. Where's the extra 3k? Like,
yeah,
that would do something.
That was, I mean, that's kind of how old Vanguard was too, but like, because it would be like you get plus 4 and then you boost it so it becomes 21. But that's like kind of the same as what we have now, right? Like if everything's getting like plus 5, then you can like boost it up to like 28.
Yes, but like if you're going by plus 4, Great Nature example, like Leopold Reverse, if you do 3 plus 4s to something that's plus 12, which on a 9k is 21, which is numbers at the time. Yeah. But like you could do stuff like that, whereas in Overdress they seem very tied to it. It's only in units of 5, always.
Yeah, pretty much. Which like honestly, like if you were to boost something 3 times anyways, like the Snake, like plus Persona Ride, that would make it 35, so that just hits over anyway.
Sure, but that extra 3k, I don't know. But...
like I don't think it's really mattered that much.
Okay, and
yeah. I'm just saying, like, I don't think like it's that big a deal. Like, it hasn't mattered that much. Like, old Vanguard used to do it in increments of like 3k because like that's just kind of how the math worked out.
Yeah.
And I think we did start things getting like plus 5 by the end anyway.
That's true.
Yeah, because like, 5 plus 9 is like 19 plus. Or it would be 14 boosted by 7 is 21. So yeah, like getting plus 5k actually would matter in the old days too.
Never mind. Continue.
Like, I don't know. This is like a weird tangent to go on. Anyways, I don't really like this card. Like the more I think about it, like in theory, saving a counterblast is nice. I just don't think it hits very good numbers because it's only the plus 5. And like the way the deck wants to be playing, like that doesn't seem like a good enough number unless you like make fewer attacks.
Mhm.
Anyways, the other important thing is we got the third Mythish. So it's a grade 1. When it's placed on rearguard circle, other than during the battle phase,
Of course.
choose a grade 3 with Vice Ruger in his card name from your ride deck, reveal it if you revealed, or you have Vice Ruger as your Vanguard. Look at the top 5, choose up to 1 card with Vice Ruger or 1 Lunarite, so basically all of the orders for the deck. From among them, reveal it, put it into your hand, or if you Persona Road this turn, you can Energy Blast 3 and just grab an order from your deck. And then at the end of the battle, this unit boosted. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vice Ruger, put in the Soul Countercharge 1. So we have a Bolo Mine that deck thins.
Okay,
Nice.
that's pretty neat. That's good.
That's
Yeah.
what we need.
That is absolutely something the deck needed. So, like, one of the problems with the deck is, like I said, like, you kind of do need the order to kind of help you hit certain power thresholds. So being able to, like, find it guaranteed
Zario.
is really nice.
Want to see the Prism Jumps, Prism Axe, and Prism Live in Vanguard. They will be the best mechanics if they come true. Okay, so this this new archetype, Paradise.
Yeah. Like,
All right, so the grade 1, when it's rode upon by the grade 2, call it to rear and soul charge, and if your world is
Sorry.
Stray Garden, so the world thing, like we had with Orphist, that's in Stoicheia now. If it's Stray Garden, it gets +5. The grade 2 is when it's rode upon by the 3, you can call it to rear, and then if you called him, choose up to 1 card from your drop and put it into soul. If you didn't call anything, draw a card. And then if your world is Stray Garden, it gets boost and +5k. And then your grade 3 is during your turn, if you have 3 or more rear guards with one who arrived at Paradise in their card names, your world becomes Stray Garden, and this unit gets triple drive. Okay, so it kind of reminds me of like Mythiarch almost. Like I need a full board to do my stuff. And then act on Van once per turn. You can Energy Blast 3. Check top 5. Choose up to 1 card from among it. Reveal. Call it if it's a rear guard, and put it into hand if it's a Bloom in Paradise. Siad Milfalet. And then if you called a unit with one who arrived at Paradise, that gets +5k. And then on attack, just counterblast 1 standard rear guard. They're like all about the board building. That just does it by itself. Cool.
this is quite possibly one of the most boring cards I've ever seen in my life.
So goddamn boring.
Like,
Yeah.
everything about this card is like all of the why is everything getting drive +1 these days? Like, it kind of made sense last set because a bunch of the cards were like retrains of grade 4s that have triple drive. Why is
Right.
everything else also getting drive +1?
Foreshadowing. I think it'll. I think they're just like they got to find a way to make the Vanguard more powerful, and they're not really sure how to do it.
And they don't want to put a critical on the Vanguard for some reason.
But yes, that's a good point. I wonder if that has to do with anything. And
I don't think so
envy
because
now.
because we still have Jejeweled, but like, I don't know. Give the Vanguard a guard restrict. They haven't printed They don't print very many Vanguard guard restricts anymore.
They really don't.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's like they just took every single boring design decision that they've been like going with for the last few sets and crammed it all into one card.
Yeah.
Like it says power +5,000. It gets an extra drive for no reason, and then you counterblast 1 stand to rear guard. It doesn't even like give you an extra attack in interesting ways like Vice Ruger does. It just like, nope, just restand.
Yeah. And then speaking of the order, so play this if you have a non-clear Vanguard. You choose one. Either choose a card of one who arrived at Paradise from drop, call it to rear, or choose one of your rear guards with, I'm just going to say Paradise from now on, easier. In its card name, until the end of the turn, it gets red text once per turn. When this unit stands, if your world is Stray Garden, it gets a crit and +5k. Boring! So goddamn boring.
This is like This is like worse Style Haraja because you don't get the power reduction that Style Haraja has.
Pretty much. And then when it's revealed from deck and put into hand by the ability of your Paradise Vanguard, reveal this from hand and draw a card. Now that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Where you have an order that like pluses off of being searched. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, so you would like Energy Blast 3, grab the order, and then draw an additional card. That is pretty neat.
Yeah. Let's see. I love the like support for this.
Yeah. It's a
Love
lettuce.
lettuce. Okay. So act on rear, you can retire this unit, choose a your Vanguard from drop. It gets this card can be played from drop, and when it would be put into drop after playing it, put it on bottom of deck instead. So you can just recycle the order. That's cool. And then back row rear, once per turn, when your unit in the same column as this unit stands, if your world is Stray Garden, stand this unit. Boring.
Perfect.
Every time I shout boring to the heavens, take a shot. You'll be wasted. Make the Vanguard more powerful. Geez, almost like a mechanic exists literally. Is that, and you could do it if you pay the cost. Cough stride best mechanic. I don't know if I agree with that, but interesting. Okay, so Paradise Weaselin, the little weasel, continuous on rear or guard circle. If you have a grade 3 or greater none clear, and your world is Stray Garden, it gets plus 5k. If your grade 3 or greater Vanguard is none clear and your world is not Stray Garden, this gets shield plus 5k. So it's just power or shield. Because Stray Garden, is only during your turn. And then at the end of the turn, if your world is Stray Garden, you can put this into soul and draw a card. Fucking boring.
Oh man.
What?
Well, like if it's on the field, it's gonna get both abilities anyways. Because like during your turn, it gets power plus 5,000. During your opponent's turn, it just gets 5k shield.
Exactly. Yeah, that's cool. I like that as like a way to word it, but it's
also like putting it into soul to draw a card means it doesn't get to use its shield ability.
Yes,
as often because you're like putting it into soul. Whatever.
Of course, they're like opposed from each other. All right. Leaves Feather Dragon when it's placed on rear other than during battle phase. Let people multi-attack. Jesus. Counter blast. Yeah, for real. Check top 3. Choose up to one card with grade less than or equal than Vanguard. Call it to rear. And if it's a unit card or put it into hand if it's the order. If your world is Stray Garden, look at top 7 instead of top 3. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Whatever. Good. And then when it attacks, if your world is Stray Garden Soul Blast, it's get plus 10k until end of battle. Boring. It is really kind of bumming me out that like they're just like, we gotta put an archetype in here. Do fucking Orphist, but green.
Yeah. I don't really have anything to say about this.
Orphist at least had you have different things that make your world Dark Knight or Abyssal Dark Knight. You have different effects at Dark Knight and Abyssal Dark Knight. You have stuff with tokens. Like it's just more interesting. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So moving on to this week's reveals. So first things first, we have new Bob Sagra support. Yay.
You can do that one.
Yeah.
I'll take over for Drujul.
We have Seal Blaze Dragon Udana. So when your Vanguard's armed, you can put into the soul, give something 5k, unplayable. When this unit is boosted by a unit with the dress boost ability, if your Vanguard has 2 or more arms, until end of battle, it gets power plus 5,000. Until end of your opponent's turn, can't be retired by your opponent's fire effects. Probably also unplayable. Sealed Blaze Dragon Samu Padru. Back row, once per turn. When your other rearguard on the same column as this unit stand this unit. And then if you have a grade 3 or greater Bob Sagra, it gets power plus 5,000. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. If your Vanguard has 2 or more arms, put into soul and draw a card. Because that's what Bob Sagra really needed right now, was a better Shenri.
Or anything. It literally, you could just not give it stuff and it was fine. Like,
it's still the best. Give it stuff.
Like, it was still the best deck in the format after 2 ban lists. Yeah, this card's kind of crazy. Like, it immediately solves the gap that was left in the deck by limiting, what's it called, Verilord. Because, like, Verilord, you give the front row 10k, so it kind of helps the restander hit numbers, but now you just have a restanding booster, so the restander still hits numbers. And then it's Shenri, so you can put into soul, draw a card.
Yep. Always nice.
Cool. All right, your turn.
All right, so Drajul, they made like a new Drajul ride line. So skipping over the 0, the grade 1 is when rode upon by the grade 2, look at top 5, choose up to 2 cards with different grades from among them, and put them into soul, and then shuffle. Which is not bad actually, because the original grade 1 was like when rode over, call it to rear, and then after it when it attacks or boosts, it gets 5k, and then after that happens, it goes back into soul. So it always ends up being kind of awkward, or like I don't want to swing for 13 necessarily, and like, all right, yay, I have a 13k booster on my Vanguard.
I mean,
turn
I think
2. This. What? Go
I
ahead.
think the old grade one's fine. It's just aggro, right? Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Just pull out the 13k and swing.
Exactly, but like this, I think helps towards
Yeah.
Berjould's game plan better. So I'm a fan of this one. The grade 2. Where is the grade 2? Oh, there it is.
This
No.
is underneath.
There it is. Okay, so Jewel Neal Luster. So when rode upon, yeah, it's like da-da-da, and then under. Okay, so when rode upon by a grade 3 with Drajuled, so that's any Drajuled, which is cool. Soul charge 1, and then if your soul has a the grade 1, draw a card. Much better. Great. And then on rear, during your turn, if your Vanguard is Drajuled Magnus, it gets plus 5k. Drink, whatever. I think this is a straight upgrade. The ride line leading to the new Drajuled. It's good. All right. Drajuled Magnus, because apparently they're naming the ride lines after condoms now. Auto on van at the beginning of your ride phase. Just let it cook. Just let it fly. All right. Let me have this one. At the beginning of your ride phase, choose 2 cards from your drop and put them into your soul. Okay, so like the grade 4, except ride phase instead of battle phase. And then at the beginning of your battle phase, if your soul has a card with your jeweled, all of your front row units get plus 5k till end of turn. And then auto on van, when it attacks a Vanguard, soul blast 4 cards with 4 different grades. Choose one of your opponent's Vanguard, its power becomes 0. And if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets a crit. If this gets a crit and your damage zone is 4 or more cards, or you Persona Road this turn, choose one of your rear guards with Demonic Jewel Dragon in its card name, and it gets red text, auto on rear, once per turn. When this unit attacks, you can discard. This unit's drive becomes 1, and it performs drive checks until the end of that battle, until end of turn. Okay.
I mean, it's a better Drajul than the original one.
Yes, by leaps and bounds, definitely.
I don't think you're replacing Ignis for it.
Hell no, not even close. This is a much better turn 3, at least.
Importantly, it makes the power 0, so like your numbers actually make sense now.
And the crit is good.
You always got a crit, even on the old one.
I know, but it continues to be good. We were just talking about Vanguards not getting crits anymore. And then if you like just put this in Ignis, which is what I'm going to do anyway, you still get the 2 cards from drop into soul, and then that second effect, you can do it with Persona Ride, or you can do like something cheeky, like I soul charge the grade 3, or whatever number of ways you get that back into soul. That's live, which is cool. But yeah, this doesn't replace Ignis, but it's still like an upgrade of the original, which is funny. Anything else to add on that?
I mean, this card feels like a weird step back in terms of like Drajuld's design, because like Drajuld Mask and Ignis both have like retire effects too. Drajuld Mask retires 2 rear guards, and then Ignis just blasts the entire back row. This doesn't have any retire effect. And like the way they have designed the extra drive, because this also gets an extra drive for some reason, they just put it on a rear guard instead of on the Vanguard this time.
Pretty funny.
I don't know. It's like, it's weird. It doesn't really feel like an advancement on like what Ignis was doing, right? Like you look at the other like grade 4 to grade 3s, and like they more or less just ported the grade 4 into like a grade 3 form, but like added some other things to maybe like give you some different flexibility for it.
Right.
Like Kyrie still has Kyrie has her end phase bounce.
I think Well, because part of the problem is that like a lot of good Drajuld support focuses on your Vanguard being grade 4,
Yeah, that's the other
and this
thing.
is not that. Yeah,
Mhm.
so like giving up, like I have the deck right here. So like giving up Noctursurio, the grade 3, like
Mhm.
uh you know, when you discard it for stride or ride deck, draw one. Falcratia, this lady,
Yeah.
super important. That second effect only activates if you're on a grade 4. To put her into soul and draw one, which you occasionally want to do. The Zagan, the one that calls things from soul, needs a grade
Mhm.
4 Vanguard in hand or on Vanguard. So, like, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
I don't think. Like, those 3 cards do a lot in the
And like
deck as is.
I don't think the new support does enough to really like change what you want to be doing with Drajuld.
Nope. Rampage Cry Chimera. When this unit attacks, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Drajul, gets plus 5k. And at the end of the battle, put it into soul. It's mandatory. Whatever. Don't care.
The only
And
card that
then-
matters.
Yeah. And then Demonic Jewel Dragon Geodrawl. When put on Guard Circle, choose a grade 3 with Drajuled from Ride Deck and reveal it. Or if you have a grade 3 Drajuled on Vanguard or greater Vanguard with Drajuled, this gets plus 5k shield until end of battle. Okay, whatever. And then if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Drajuled, it gets all of the following. When placed on rear during your main phase, you can soul charge 1, Energy Blast 3. Choose a grade 3 or less card with from your soul with a different card name from him and call it to rear. And then auto on rear, when this attacks a grade 3 or greater unit, if your damage zone is 4 or more cards, it gets twin drive until end of that battle. Cool. Noctursurio is 15k shield, and the grade 2 calls things from soul and gets boost. Just
Yeah.
better. Not worth
Like, I mean, I think this card has some value, but like, and like again, it's very strange how they've decided like we need to make one specific rear guard to twin drive off of Magnus.
it. Not worth the paper it's printed on,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Oh, also like the other like grade 4 to grade 3 conversions just got their extra drives for free. Like Magnolia gets it from just Persona riding. Kyrie just gets it from your opponent being at grade 3. Like this one has to discard a card too.
Yeah.
Again, like this just feels like a weird step back in terms of like the way that they were designing the cards.
Mm-hmm. And then Vespar, the grade 2, when placed on rear, put a card from hand to soul, draw. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with your jewel, it gets plus 5k. That's actually not too bad as like a 2 of. Because there's times where you're like, I need a grade 3 in soul, and I have one in hand. Fuck.
Okay.
And then problem solved.
Yep.
Not bad.
Okay.
Ooh, Flagbird support. Don't care. Skip it.
Mhm. Was there Flagberg support? I didn't.
There was one card. It's like the one that's like
Oh.
Sterno. Sterno.
That card doesn't
Who
matter.
cares? Yeah, skip it. Rotovisor got something cool.
Yeah. We got Zedland support. I don't care enough to read any of these, to be perfectly honest. You want to do it?
Which one are we on?
The Raw Iron Knight Jafar.
Okay. So during your turn, if this unit is chosen by the ability of a Smithy order in your order zone, if your Vanguard is Zedlens, until the end of your opponent's next turn, this can intercept from back row. Okay. And then Dancing Princess of Rumbling Stone, Klausuna. Klausuna. When placed on rear, perform one of the following. You can counterblast 1, search your deck for up to 1 set order, put it in your hand, or soul blast 1, search your deck, or drop for up to 1 set order, reveal it. And if you have 2 or more set orders with that name in your order zone, add it to your hand.
Okay.
And then when this unit attack or boosts, if your order zone is a set order, gets plus 2k. Then if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, choose 2 set orders with the same name in your order zone. And if you chose 2 cards, it gets plus 5k. Okay. Fine. Searches set orders. That's kind of neat.
I mean, it's Zedland support, right? Like
Of
you're
course.
using it to find the like set order that he uses.
Right. The like future, like Dragon Empire decks, if one gets like a cracked set order support, right?
Yeah.
And then Wrought Iron Trooper Dragon, Indomitable Axe Dragon. From drop, when you're grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Zedlins, it's chosen by Workshop. In your order zone, Energy Blast 3, call this to rear, and then auto on rear once per turn. During your turn, when this unit is chosen by the ability of your set order, choose one grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Zedlins, and it gets plus 5k.
Okay.
You're doing the juice one.
Yeah. Oh, I'm doing all
You do the
lyrical
first.
cards. I'm just saying, like, I don't give a shit about anything that's happening. Let's talk about the real archetype.
Yeah, baby.
All right, so we have Juicy Fruity. So this is a new archetype that they're introducing for lyrical this set, and it's like a kid show themed archetype. So we have a bunch of little like fruit mascots. So we have Juicy Fruity at Lum. So the orange is just like the starter. The grade one's like when it's placed by writing from the grade 0, you reveal a grade 3 with Juicy Fruity from your ride deck and call a plant token to rearguard circle. We're stealing plant tokens now.
This looks like if High C, like Ecto Cooler, had a mascot. All these.
Yeah. We have Juicy Fruity Nana Banana. When it's placed by writing from at Lumlun, you reveal the grade 3, call a plant token. Why is this here? And then we have Juicy Fruity Chia Lena. So she's like a little kid show host, and these are her little like co-stars.
That's pretty cute, admittedly.
Like that's adorable. All of your plant tokens get power plus 5,000. Then for each card with the same name as this unit in your soul, power plus 5,000. Is that okay? Is that like to itself or to the fucking?
I think it stacks an additional plus 5 for every copy that you have in soul.
I'm gonna quickly go check Kyrus's translation on Twitter because that makes more sense.
Okay.
But yeah, it gives power plus 5,000 to all of your tokens. There you are. Yeah, then they get an additional plus 5,000 for every copy of herself in your soul. You can Soul Blast 1, call up to 2 plant tokens to rearguard circle. Then if your opponent's grade 3 or greater, and you have 4 more rearguards, it gets triple drive. Snore. Okay. When this unit attacks, Counter Blast 1, call a plant token to rearguard circle, and this turn it gets continuous. Rearguard circle. This unit gets all the trigger effects that your Vanguard gets, and when this unit is returned to your hand from rearguard circle, draw a card.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
Anyways, this grade 1, when it boosts a token unit, you Soul Blast 1 and return the boosted unit to the hand, so that's how you trigger this effect.
Gotcha.
Spectacular Performance Nabbity. When it's discarded from your hand during your turn, you may put this card into Soul. At the end of battle, this boosted a token unit, put it into Soul, and countercharge 1.
There's a Bulbul Mine.
Like, yes, we have a Bulbul Mine and Lyrical now. Also, importantly, this does not specify only plant tokens, which means it works for Artisaria too. Artisaria now has access to countercharging.
Oh, that's so wacky. Oh my god.
I'm gonna go with this one first.
Do you remember like early in Overdress where there was that Dragon Empire card that when discarded it would go into Soul, and people were like, I need to find those because Nubatama?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were the days. Anyway.
We have Touching Moisture Dainty. That's such a weird name. When it's placed on rearguard circle with a token unit, again works for both of them. Counter Blast 1 or Soul Blast 2, draw a card if your opponent or if your Vanguard's grade 3 or greater, gets power plus 5,000. And when a token unit is placed on rearguard circle that this unit is on by the ability of your Vanguard, return to your hand. This is not bad. So obviously for the Juicy Fruity deck, like you call over it with the grade 3 attack, and then it like bounces back to the hand. This also has applications in Artisaria. Like obviously Artisaria will also call over it, and you can like bounce it back to your hand. But unlike Juicy Fruity, where you can make 2 plant tokens during your main phase, Artisaria doesn't spam tokens as much. So you kind of have to like wait a turn afterwards to like get the draw, which is a little more awkward for her. I think it's an option, but like I'm not convinced it's a good one. I'm gonna have to see. Yeah, the thing with these new cards is that you're gonna have to like rethink the deck from the ground up. Spreading Chorus Illunis. So when it's placed on rearguard circle, look at the top 7 card, search for a sound system and discard it. And then when it's retired from rearguard circle, if you have a Great Theory Greater Archosaria, call Shadow Army token to your back row rearguard circle. This card is insane. I'm so glad like the way that they've been designing cards for Archosaria. Like I thought Lumi Noel was a really good piece of support for the deck. It like shored up the defensive value and gave it a little bit of better early game without like pushing the offensive ceiling the way that they do. Let's just use like the snake for example, where the snake was like a 5th attack. Like I'm glad that they're not just like giving Archosaria a 5th attack on turn 3. Instead, like you call a token to your back row, so you can make like better numbers. So you like call over this, you call a token to the back row, and that's like a 30k column. But like the trade-off for that is this unit is like smaller. So especially if you're going second, you're still not quite hitting like great numbers all the time, which I think is cool. Like I like that Archosaria is like a slower, grindier deck, and I'm glad they're not just giving the deck like, oh, just place like a second sound system order this turn or something stupid like that.
It's a very like unique deck that even though it's a pain in the ass to play against because blocking. I still think it's very unique in the way it's built, and like they sort of diegetically included locking and Shadow Army outside of Brandgate and made it interesting. So good for them.
No, like Archosaria is one of my favorite decks right now, and I'm glad that like they've been put. Like I'm glad the way they're designing the deck is like good and interesting, and not just like what if the deck could make a 5th attack? Like what if the deck could make 6 attacks now? You know, like what they do with half of the other archetypes in the game.
Yeah, that's like one downside of designing so many archetypes that are insular, meaning that you can't really play with the deck building as much. So then they have this problem of like we design too many and then everything starts looking the same, ironically, after spending so much time trying to make all these new archetypes. Like why the fuck do you need the Garden in Paradise? Nobody asked for that.
Yeah.
Like, 100 or not 100 eyes, million eyes markers. What's the name of the deck?
Infinity Eyes.
Infinity Eyes. Thank you. I
have
like I have the Yu-Gi-Oh part of my brain like fucking crossing wires, but like that's a unique way to do like, all right, multi-attack and swinging from back row and stuff. Like that's a cool way to do it. And then you just have whatever, standard rearguard. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like,
and then we have one more grade 2 at the beginning of the guard step that your juicy fruity vanguard is attacked. Put it into soul. Choose one of the units being attacked and it gets power plus 10,000.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Honestly, I like the juicy fruity deck is so fun. It does actually look really powerful. I didn't I only just because they come out at like 6 a.m., which is also around the time I get up for work on Tuesdays.
Yeah,
so
you'll look at it before you go to work. Yeah.
Yeah, so like my brain doesn't fully like absorb them all, but I'm it's just realizing that like, oh yeah, no, this is like a scaling power gain for all of your tokens. And it's just like,
Yeah.
Like that could get
also,
very crazy.
This works both from hands and board, which means like, all right, shove, it's more shield. Instead of just being like, this gets plus 5k shield. That's a cool way to do it. I think that's neat.
Yeah, no. I think the Juicy Fruity deck is very funny, and if it does end up being somewhat viable, it's going to be very funny having to say that you lost to the Juicy Fruity.
The Juicy Fruity.
You should go back to your friends. So what happened? I lost to Juicy Fruity. What? The gum?
Yeah.
No, like there's a deck called Juicy Fruit. Like you just have to do that.
Yep. All right. You want to quickly get one game of Drejewald versus Vase Ruger, since we got all this new support that we can talk about, or do you have to go deal with your nephews?
I think I got to deal with my nephews. We might have to like take a rain check for next week. Also, it's Matt's got to get up early. So
yeah, no, that's fair.
I would have been sense.
Do you think you'll have time to record this like off stream?
Yeah. Not tonight, but
yeah, not tonight, duh.
Yeah. I see that the leaked Liel Draconis. Do you want to talk about it, or just because you don't know it for sure yet?
Well, they released the subtitles for the episode. This is the second time now that Blankmeyer has deleted the subtitles. But like the gist of it is, I misinterpreted what was happening the first time, but it seems to be that like you can bind something from the drop zone or one of your rear guards to give her an extra drink. This is the new Plower Plus 5000, apparently.
Yeah, you also have to discard according to our little leak bot. So
okay, that's not as good then.
Yeah. Anyway,
so she gets an extra drive by binding something. Then she has a similar like on attack. You bind one of your rear guards and call something from the deck, but it seems like instead of just calling the exact name you bound like the old one, you are now able to call any name from your bind zone.
Ooh.
So, because you can like bind things from the drop zone, it's like, okay, you get a name that you maybe want early, you discard it, you bind it, and now you have a bit of flexibility in what you can bind. And then the divine skill is the same.
Okay. That's good. That seems like a...
Yeah. It's not as good as I thought. I thought originally it just called straight up from the bind zone, but like that would probably be a little too good. It alleviates some of the problem. Like one of the problems with Liel is you really quickly just run out of targets, especially during the divine skill turn, because you're just like calling the same guy over and over again. And so drawing duplicates of your cards is really bad because then you like run out of targets faster. Like being able to call anything in your bind zone gives you a bit of flexibility, so you don't have to like burn through all of your good targets at the same time. It also means the deck is better into removal because you can just kind of call any random garbage and still be able to search out a better name from your deck afterwards.
That is nice. I guess we'll find out for sure
on Tuesday what it actually does properly.
Yeah, and next week, dear viewer, you get that during the new cards, and I'll actually play Dredgewald. I'm sorry, I'm trying to be a good uncle and stuff. So
reasonable.
Thanks everybody for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment. Patreon.com/Nexus at Night if you want to support the show. Currently working with somebody in our Discord on new playmats.
Woo!
So hopefully those will be up in the next few weeks if you want to order that. There's also our promo link 50cards.shop at night for 5% off, all that good stuff. Follow us at Nexus at Night in all the places. You can follow me at Atlas Novak wherever you find social medias, like I was talking about at the beginning with Purple Aura, working on that. And right now I'm just on TikTok. I'm just doing stuff about musicals, but we'll see where it goes from there. And check out my other podcast, Generation Dan. Dino the Genetic Marvel is coming back from his Asia trip this week, so we're starting episodes back up this Sunday.
Nice.
How about the rest of you guys?
You can find me on sites at Wiggums 2Gs.
You can find me at Plasma Eclipse or Beerus Ruticus.
Sweet. So thanks everybody for listening. And until next time, I was Atlas.
I'm still Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
And have a good night, everybody.